Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the Kahoks. I said the Kahoks, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, like a champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good late afternoon, everyone, as we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School and back to the 36th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. We have arrived to semifinal time here on the winner's side of the bracket, as well as the loser's side of the bracket. Those that lost in the quarterfinals on the winner's side will drop down and have a chance to play for the 5th and 7th place trophies. That's where we will begin our night with one of those games. Then we will move on to the 2 semifinals on the winner's side of the bracket before we end the night with one more of those semifinal games for a right to fight for 5th and 7th place. So let's get everybody caught up on what has happened thus far in the day. After yesterday's games were complete, we moved over to today's affair, and over on the consolation bracket is where we will begin when Altoff and Granite City took the court in the auxiliary gym at 9 a.m. Altoff came out on top of that one by a score of 59-50. Then it was time for Decatur, MacArthur, and Triad to take the floor in the aux, and Triad came out on top of that one in a close one, a 3-point game, 65-62 for the Triad Knights. So Triad and Althoff will square off at the 6:30 game in the semifinal of the consolation bracket. Next up in the auxiliary gym in the noon game had Edwardsville taking on Oakville, and the Edwardsville Tigers victorious with an 8-point win, 48-40. And then the last quarterfinal game on the consolation bracket had Quincy facing Rockford East, and the Blue Devils came out on top of that one, 77-61. So it'll be Edwardsville and Quincy that will play in the semifinals on the consolation bracket. On the winner's side of things, the first game of the morning went to the Mundelein Mustangs. They downed O'Fallon in a very close game. 55-51 was the final score. And then Lincoln took care of Belleville East in the second quarterfinal on the winner's bracket, 44-35. So the first semifinal matchup will feature Mundelein taking on Lincoln. That'll be at 6:30. Then Collinsville, they had a rough first half. Ended up being tied with Decatur Eisenhower after one half of play, but the third quarter, Collinsville exploded en route to a 65-40 victory over the Panthers. And Collinsville moved on to tonight's semifinal. Well, they will face a familiar foe as Springfield Southeast took down Madison in the fourth quarterfinal on the winner's bracket today, 62-50. So it'll be a rematch of last year's championship game. Matter of fact, the last two championship games, but this one will take place in the semifinals as Collinsville and Springfield Southeast will square off at 8 o'clock. But before we get there, we have a game between O'Fallon and Belleville East. That's the game that's getting ready to take place here as O'Fallon comes in after that loss against Mundelein to take on Belleville East after their loss to Lincoln. So now O'Fallon comes in at 9-2 overall, and Belleville East is at 6-5. And we bring him back in, Zach Roseman. And Zach, we get to do a matchup of two Southwestern Conference teams, and one of them is not Collinsville, and that feels kind of weird.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, obviously, you know, being in the same conference, we see a lot of Belleville East and O'Fallon whenever Collinsville plays them, but to see them play each other, you know, and then they see each other twice a year, and same as everybody else in the Southwestern Conference, but we're going to stop for the national anthem.
And we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I'm Todd Duke, Zach Roseman alongside, and we are just about ready for a battle between two Southwestern Conference teams that see each other twice a year. But this time, there is a spot in the 7th place game for one of these schools. And here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with the O'Fallon Panthers. They will trot out the same starting 5, Drew Tebby, Sean Riley II, Mason Blakemore, Caleb Burton, and Dawson Algie. And for Belleville East, a little bit of a wrinkle in their lineup. Ryan Stevenson will not start. In his place will be Bryson Ivy. The other 4 will stay the same. That would be Braxton Stacker, Ethan Brown, Jordan Pickett, and Eric Wade. And looking at the numbers from the previous games for O'Fallon, their leading scorer against Mundelein in the losing effort was Sean Riley. He knocked down 15, while Dawson Algie had 14. I thought both of them played a very good game.
Yeah, Algie especially, I've been quite impressed with over the course of the tournament.
And for Belleville East, they did not have a player into double digits when they lost against Lincoln. But their leading scorer, well, that was shared by Eric Wade and Bryson Ivy. Both of them had 9 points. That's probably why Ivy is getting the start over Stevenson. Stevenson had no points in that game against Lincoln. So we're ready to go here. Belleville East will be in the dark blue uniforms. Their sky blue trademark logo color will be their numbers and the word Lancers written across the fronts of their jerseys. The O'Fallon Panthers, they're the home team. They're dressed in the white unis. They have their royal blue numbers on the fronts and the backs, and the word Panthers written across the fronts of their jerseys. We are underway in the nightcap beginner, if you will. And with the ball, here is Ethan Brown. Brown settles in over on the right wing. And over to the left wing it goes, back to the top of the key. Jordan Pickett with a 3-point shot. That bounces high off the back of the rim, and O'Fallon pulls down the rebound. And Algie starts things off here for O'Fallon, and a 2-0 lead. 7:23 left in this first quarter. We're just underway here for a right to play for the 5th and the 7th place trophy. And here is Pickett. He'll back it up and give it to Stacker. Stacker tries one from deep. That doesn't fall. And the Panthers come back down looking to add to their 2-0 lead, but step out of bounds?
Apparently.
I guess so.
Coach Muniz looks just as confused as we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's standing right there. Here comes Ethan Brown for Belleville East. At the top of the key, it's given up and then shoved into the corner. That is Ethan Brown once again. Brown all the way across the way, and he finds Bryson Ivy. And Ivy comes around to the top. Gives it up now for Jordan Pickett. Pickett not wearing his headband here in this game. Well, yeah, he is. It's just a different color. The white one stands out. The black one not so much.
Yeah.
I see the little swoosh, the Nike swoosh across the top of it now.
Is sort of way to think about it is Pickett has the white arm sleeve and the black headband, and then Stacker has the
white and white
headband and white arm sleeve.
Score remains 2-0. And Brady down there getting busy. Mop duty.
And there's a jump ball, so it'll be Panthers ball.
All right, O'Fallon. They bring the ball down. Here is Burton. Burton over on the far side travels. Can't get a flow to this game yet. Either we got people stepping out of bounds or traveling or something going on. No fouls have been called, so that's not stopping the action.
Just other things.
Other things, exactly. 2 minutes have expired here in this first quarter, and the Lancers looking for their first score. Brown backs it up to Stacker, and Stacker gives it up to Ivy, and then Ivy throws it away. There's another whistle.
Yeah. Kind of a little bit of a sluggish start to the game.
Yeah, right after dinner, right? Wouldn't you expect that?
Yeah.
Well, I would expect that from us. We were the ones who just got through eating. I'm sure these guys didn't just eat, get on a bus, and come out here, but who knows? They're kids anyway. You guys digest food rather quickly anyway, don't you?
Well,
Aren't you hungry every hour?
well, I don't know about every hour, but
My daughter seems to be. There's a three-point try, and Tebby makes his presence felt early on. He struggled from the three-point line in that loss to Mundelein.
I mean, he really struggled in that first game.
Yeah, he did
against,
that too.
Against
Althoff.
Althoff, there you go. And then he finally hit one.
Some of these games kind of run together, and you forget who they played.
Yeah, but that was the very first game of the tournament.
Yep.
Yeah, he finally hit a three-pointer against in that game against Mundelein. So, been kind of a rough tournament for him. But that's a good start to this game anyway.
First foul of the game belongs to the Panthers, and in particularly Mason Blackmore. And at the free throw line, Braxton Stacker. He went 1 for 2 at the line in the loss to Lincoln. And misses that one. Score remains 5-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Next one, no good as well. Stacker struggles in this gym from the free throw line for some reason or another.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you would have played in this gym before with Belleville at least being in the Southwestern Conference, but, maybe it's been a while compared to, I'm not sure how different the sight line is between Virgil Fletcher and Belleville East gym, but,
Algie scores for O'Fallon, makes it 7-0. Yeah, you never can tell. There could be a different glare at a different angle off the lights, or the Virgil Fletcher drive thing right behind the backboard could mess with somebody without even thinking about it. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
One of those things. This ball almost ends up out of bounds. Nice save. And back to Braxton Stacker. Stacker drives the lane. Hop, skip, and a jump later. He's in there, but can't get the ball to fall in from anywhere on the court. Now they back it up, and it's blocked out of there by Riley. But staying with it is Eric Wade. And back over to Stacker. Stacker drives through the lane. Fingertip roll won't go, but back to the free throw line will go Braxton Stacker. Second foul coming up here against the O'Fallon Panthers, and this one's going to go against Caleb Burton. His first, team second. And Stacker will try to redeem himself for the first two missed free throws. He does.
There we go.
Lancers are on the board.
Yeah, it's sort of as I mentioned earlier, kind of a sluggish start for both teams. I think the Lancers probably call themselves a little lucky to only be down 6 now.
And now 5.
Halfway through the quarter already.
All it takes is the first couple of points to get a team going usually, and they'll be off and running here in a minute. Here is Tebby. Tebby drives, baseline, off the glass high, and good for 2. He didn't waste any time getting in the lane there at all, did he?
No, here's that maybe finally hitting that three-pointer against Mundelein gave him a little bit of confidence. He's come out and had a pretty good start so far.
Rebound by Wade, and then Wade gets fouled by Algie. And the third O'Fallon foul.
Yeah, see, Wade, Wade obviously earlier in the tournament against in their game against MacArthur, he had 22 rebounds. He had, and even with Lincoln's more, he had 5, even with Lincoln's more slow-paced offense than what MacArthur were looking to do.
Wade at the free throw line went 1 for 1 in the last game, the loss against Lincoln, but doesn't hit that one. And up with it are the O'Fallon Panthers. It's 9-2 in favor of O'Fallon. They have the ball. Here is Burton. Burton hands it off to Blakemore. Blakemore outside for Tebby. Tebby gives it up now for Burton, and back to Tebby it goes. Three-point shot from the right wing, no good. And the rebound belongs to Amari Wills, and Wills gets fouled as he goes up. And that one looks like it's going to go against Pickett. Nope, it's going to go against Stacker. That becomes the first Belleville East foul.
Stacker had 4 fouls against Lincoln.
To the free throw line is Mari Wills. He did not make it to the free throw line in the game against Mundelein, and he'll hit a freebie here and put his team in the double digits.
We see
Chris Porter checks into the game for O'Fallon. Tebby to the bench.
We will see Stevenson and Thomas enter the game for the Lancers.
Wills with the next, and he makes both. 11-2 in favor of O'Fallon. Into the corner it goes for Ivy. Ivy comes out, cuts across the lane at the free throw line, gives it to Wade. Wade back over to this side now for Thomas. Thomas back over for Ryan Stevenson, who didn't get the start, but there is Braxton Stacker with a three-pointer. And it's a 6-point game once again for O'Fallon. Into the corner it goes for Porter. Three-point shot hits the rim and right down into the hands of Wade. Wade gives it up for Stacker. Stacker brings it up over onto the left wing, and then we'll give it to Zion Thomas right at the end of the O'Fallon bench. Dribble drive into the lane, dumps it off, and unable to finish the first time was Wade, but he gets the second one.
Well, it's often said that basketball is a game of runs, and this is sort of a pretty good example of it. Fallon were up, 11-2 or something like that, and then Belleville have come down and gotten a couple of buckets in a row, and
that one's out of bounds.
Turnover.
Turnover by O'Fallon will give Belleville East another opportunity to dig into that score, which at one point was 9-0.
There we go. Oh, kind of caught.
You got to look there, Mr. Thomas.
Yeah, sort of caught him by surprise. I don't know what he was waiting
You'd figure
for.
that Stevenson would be, hey, man, you ready?
Or
Then bounce the ball into him. He bounced the ball into him. I don't even think he said a word. Algie with the rebound, gets it to Burton, who flies it over here to Wills. Wills back out to Burton. Burton on the other side now for Porter to Algie. Algie just outside the lane, trying to push Stacker into the lane. Takes an off-angle shot. Wills gets the rebound, has that one thrown right back to where it came from. Ivy ends up with it, and Ivy takes it down, can't finish. And the rebound comes all the way out to Algie. And Algie will fling it backwards to Burton. One player for each team ready to check in at the next opportunity. 1:20 to go here in this first quarter. 11-7 in favor of O'Fallon. Bounce pass into Algie. Turnaround jump shot. Rolls across the rim. Wills puts it back up, but it won't fall in, and Wills will head to the free throw line as Jeff Creek yells at his defense.
I believe the foul will be on Stevenson. So
Stevenson picks up his first and the team's second. To the free throw line, Amari Wills. No good. One minute, 10 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
There's a number 4 for Belleville East that did not play against Mundelein into the game. That is, let you look.
Next one for Wills. Also no good, and another whistle. And a foul coming up. This one's going to go against Belleville East.
I think that will be on our number 4.
Marlon Stacker.
Marlon Stacker. He played against MacArthur, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
He just didn't play against Lincoln.
Yeah. Algie misses the first one. He was 6 of 8 against Mundelein, so one of the things that kept that game as close as it was.
Marlon Stacker is the elder Stacker. He's a senior. Braxton, a sophomore. 12-7, under a minute to go here in this first quarter, and here is Thomas. He tries to kick it out into the corner for Stacker, but it's knocked out of bounds by Riley. Either that or was Wills. One of the two were there. Inbound pass comes in to Thomas. Thomas over to Stacker. Now I have 2 Stackers to worry about. Oh, get that out of here, Algie says. And Thomas gets the swatted ball from Algie and puts up a shot, and he gets his own rebound after the miss. Here is Marlon Stacker for 3. He hits the fat part of the iron, and it bounces right down to Amari Wills. He gets it over to Porter, and backwards they go for Tebby. 30 seconds left here in this first quarter. O'Fallon could play for the last shot, but they look like they want to go for some more points. Bounce pass into Algie. Backs his way over Stacker and gives it to Wills, and Wills sinks a little 3-foot jump shot. 14-7. Fallon doubling up Belleville East with 9 seconds. Here's Thomas. Thomas back to the top of the key. Free throw line. He'll pop it from there, and he'll miss it. And the rebound is going to get knocked out of bounds right at the buzzer. And we'll head to quarter number 2, where O'Fallon leading Belleville East by a score of 14-7. And we're back in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I don't know how many Collinsville people are listening right now, but the girls lost over in the MICDS tournament to Ladue, 52-39. So I would imagine to see the girls, they'll probably go home, get freshened up, and come out here in time to see their boy counterparts play in the 8 o'clock game.
Yeah, I would think so. I think they would probably be, another block by Algie.
Algie's all over the place in this game. Got his fingerprint all over it right now. And there's a loose ball picked up by Pickett, and Pickett will put it back in. And Belleville East gets the first point of the second half, even though it took them almost 3 minutes to get their first basket in the first half. Here is Tebby. His shot falls way short. Rebound is on the ground. Algie fights for it and gets it. Sends it into the corner for Burton. His three-point shot swoops out. There's Wills to put it back. That was a nice play by Amari.
Yeah, soaring in, kind of maybe jumped a little bit early, kind of had to alter his angle a little bit as he went up for that shot.
Outside for Pickett for 3. He misses that one, and the rebound belongs to Wade. Wade kicks it out front for Braxton Stacker. Marlon Stacker not in there as of right now. One Stacker at a time, please. Here is Wade fighting his way for another shot. That ends up out of bounds off of the knee of Blakemore.
Something that I went through and looked at earlier. Obviously, we mentioned that in the MacArthur game, Eric Wade broke the rebounding record with 22 with the 5 that he had against Lincoln. He's at 27, which leaves a outside shot, but a travel by the Lancer player. Leaves an outside but not impossible shot for him to break the record for most rebounds in a tournament, which is 60, and which was set by the name is escaping me, but they were from O'Fallon, and the record, I believe, was set in 1994.
Here is a three-point shot taken by Tebby, no good, and then Wills gets the rebound, but as he was going up, he lost the handle on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover. 16-9, O'Fallon with the lead over Belleville East. Battle of 2 Southwestern Conference teams here. Here's Stacker. He will hand the ball off to Ethan Brown, and Brown over to Pickett. Pickett right in front of the O'Fallon bench. Puts it into the corner for Stacker. Stacker dribbles and drives, jumps in the lane, and has the ball taken out of his hands and still manages to find it and get a shot off. Now a jump ball going to be called, and the possession arrow will switch things up, and it'll belong to O'Fallon.
Sean Riley will go ahead and come back in. He will replace Amari Wills. So you're taking about 6 foot and replacing with 6'7", more height for the Panthers.
5:50 left to play here in quarter number 2. 16-9, O'Fallon with the lead, and the Panthers have the ball. Here is Burton. Burton glides around into the corner. Tebby with another three-point try, and after he hit that first one, he's gone a little cold from there. Here is Brown. He settles in over on the left wing. Now to Stacker on the top of the key, over onto the right side for Pickett. Back to Stacker. Stacker drives and puts that shoulder in there and kept his feet moving at the same time. Even when he had that ball over his shoulder going up with it, feet were moving like a cartoon character. Inbound pass will come in from Burton. Zion Thomas checks back into the game for Belleville East. Braxton Stacker will go have a seat, drink himself some water. Here's Burton. Burton bounce pass to Blakemore on the left wing. And then a hook pass for Riley. Give up to Tebby. Back to Riley it goes in front of the East bench. And then a turnaround jumper by Algie is partially blocked. And coming down with the loose ball is Pickett. Behind the back dribble and almost traveled.
Managed to kind of do a move kind of like, ooh, nice. Oh.
Yeah, that's a shame, man. After he almost broke the ankles of Burton, he throws up an air ball.
Yeah.
And then a whistle after a various bunch of folk volley for the rebound.
Foul will be called on Drew Tebby. We will see Mr. Eric Wade come to the line for 2 shots.
Oh, some nice moves there by Pickett.
Yeah, looking a little bit like his older brother.
Yeah, totally faked out Burton and then, unfortunately, threw up an air ball afterwards. And now a make by Wade will put the Lancers into double digits finally. 4:35 left to play here in the second quarter. Took them a quarter and a half to hit that 10 spot. Almost. Burton over to Tebby. Tebby dribbles it. Back over to Burton. Up underneath for Riley just outside the lane. Now in the paint. Has the ball knocked out of his hands, but it goes right to Burton, who gives it up for Blakemore, but Blakemore couldn't finish as that ball hit the bottom of the rim. And then a pop shot will not fall in. Rebound belongs to Blakemore, so Blakemore will get it right back. Give it a try again. There's Riley at the top of the key. He'll dribble and drive just outside the lane. He'll take the shot that goes all the way over and hits Algie in the head and goes out of bounds. And into the game for O'Fallon.
It's Cameron Neal.
Cameron Neal.
Who did not play in the game against Mundelein earlier today, but I believe played against Althoff, at least sparingly.
Here is Wade, or excuse me, that's Brown. Now Pickett. Brown, top of the key, puts on the brakes, gives it up for Ivy for 3. That's a little too long. And Blakemore with the rebound for O'Fallon once again. And a circus shot. Whistle on the play, and they're going to say that it happened before the shot was being taken. So no shooting foul, as that foul will go against Eric Wade of Belleville East. So the Panthers will just inbound, but we'll have a 3-player swap out for Belleville East first. As Marlon Stacker checks back in once again. Zion Thomas is out there, as well as Z.J. Hamilton. Inbound pass coming in for O'Fallon, and it comes into Riley at the baseline. Riley backs his way into the paint. Oh, a turnaround. He was going to try, but standing right there was Brown to rip that ball out of his hands, and wouldn't you know it, Brown lost the handle just as he was approaching the basket.
Turnover for turnover.
Yep. Here's Burton. 16-10. O'Fallon with the lead. Winner will move on to the chance for the 5th place trophy. Here is Riley back to Burton. Burton falls a little short on that jumper, and then it goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Lancers.
Pretty quick pace, you know. Here we are now. It's knock on wood, but it's only 5:25. You know, we're just about to, you know, just not too far away from halftime. So, you know,
First quarter went by a little faster than this one's going by.
still, this I
It
would
was
say
a rough start to that quarter, too. They had a lot of whistles and lots of turnovers, and that one's going to go out of bounds.
So
those whistles continue. I'm anxious to see the halftime stats to see how many turnovers there were in this first half.
yeah, that's a very
Combined, there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Looks like we got maybe a little bit of water on the ball, maybe.
Could be.
I don't know, sort of a pause, and they sort of rub the ball around in their hands a little bit, both Brown and the official.
Maybe it was just for good luck. Travel. Porter comes back in for O'Fallon. Tebby goes to the bench. 2:27 left here in this first half. Inbound pass will come in from Burton to Blackmore. And Burton gets it back, brings it up court. Over to Porter. Just outside the lane for Riley. Oh, that's a charging call. Buried that shoulder right into the chest of Braxton Stacker. Coach Munoz has his hands on his hips, and he's got that look on his face like, why did you do that?
Well, I mean, sort of, you know.
You can back your way into the lane, you just don't have to use that much force.
Well, I mean, he was trying. Well, I mean, he was trying to, but it seems a little bit of excess.
Yeah, just a little bit. Thomas kicks the ball outside, and Hamilton brings it back over to Marlon Stacker. Now back over this way for Brown to Braxton Stacker. He'll drive baseline. He'll take a shot high off the glass. Won't get it to fall. And the rebound belongs to Riley. Has anybody scored a point here in the last couple of minutes? We've been stuck at 16-10 for a while.
Feels like it. I don't know exactly.
I think the last one I did was change that 9 to a 10. So a free throw was the last point we had, and it seems like it was about 3 minutes ago. Nothing doing there on points being scored. Here is Thomas for Belleville East. And Thomas will give it up to Braxton Stacker. We're down to 1:20 left in this first half. And over this way to Hamilton. Across the way for Brown, into the corner for Stacker. Braxton Stacker dribbles his way out, and he finally gets points on the board for someone. I'm sure he's glad it's for Belleville East. 16-12, under a minute to go here in this first half. It's only a 4-point game now. At one point, O'Fallon had a 9-0 lead. Here is Blakemore. Dumps it off for Riley. Riley, low post. Sinks one. Been a while for both teams to score, so they finally break that dry spell with 40 seconds left. Here is Thomas. He'll bounce it up underneath for Marlon Stacker, and no shot. And the foul is on the ground, and it's going to go against Blakemore, and Blakemore has picked up his second.
Yeah, I got Blakemore up in the air, and he just sort of, Belleville East players sort of stayed put, and Blakemore kind of fell on him.
And now Riley has to go out and get bandaged up over there on the sideline down in the corner where Amanda Bauer has been stationed this whole tournament, and that brings Algie off the bench and back into the game. Inbound pass coming in from Brown to Thomas. Thomas backs it up, gives it to Stacker with 30 seconds left here in this first half. Braxton Stacker hands it off to Thomas in front of the O'Fallon bench. Thomas dribbles and drives, free throw line, kicks it off over into the corner for Hamilton. Around the horn it goes to Brown. 15 seconds. Now the Lancers will just go ahead and play for the final shot. Trying to inch a little closer, down by 6, Belleville East is. There's Brown, and he gets called for a charge.
Not a whole lot of contact there. Maybe a little bit of a forearm.
Yeah, it must have been, because you're right, there wasn't a lot of contact. No one got knocked backwards on their butt, that's for sure. So a opportunity to get closer before halftime for Belleville East, and that opportunity is squandered. Inbound pass will come in for Burton. He'll let it bounce as long as he can before he picks it up. 4 seconds left. Here he comes, and he will lose track of the ball. And the Lancers will get it back with 0.2 seconds. Not enough time to do anything with it.
And Yeah, that'll be all.
So, halftime is upon us, and it is 18-12 in favor of O'Fallon as we head to the locker rooms. And we will take a break and come back and tell you a little bit about this game as far as stats are concerned when we get them handed to us. And we'll do that here in a little bit on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business. Whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKsports.com and the KHOK Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOK Sports Network and KHOKsports.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke and Zach Grossman along with you. 18-12 in favor of the O'Fallon Panthers after one half of play. And let's take a look at your first half stats. The first thing I wanted to look at was turnovers, and I'm actually surprised. Combined, there were 16. I thought that would be at least 20. Didn't happen that way, though, but that's still a lot. 16 turnovers combined between two teams in one half of play, and the points off of turnovers are not that high because every time the other team turned it over, the team that got the turnover turned it right back over.
Or would go down and take an ill-advised shot.
Yeah.
Looking at the field goal, the field goal percentages are absolutely abysmal.
Well, the points off turnovers, Belleville East got 2 points off of 9 O'Fallon turnovers, and O'Fallon got 3 points off of 7 Belleville East turnovers. So,
Kind of a very rough field goal percentage.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Look at Belleville East hit only 4 from 30 from the field, and O'Fallon's only hit 7 of 22 from the field. Not that great from three-point land either. 1 of 7 for Belleville East, while O'Fallon's hit 1 of 6.
Yep.
They're actually not doing too bad from the free throw line. At least O'Fallon is over 50% with 3 of 5, but Belleville East is under 50%, having only hit 3 of 8. But look at all the rebounds. 22 rebounds for Belleville East and 21 rebounds for O'Fallon, but none of them are turning into points.
Now you see Eric Wade sort of gradually making his way towards the getting
He's got 10.
up. So with 10 now,
that would be 32 plus 5 is 37.
Yeah, that is 37 for tournament. So that leaves him at 23, which continues at this pace and can get 10 more. Heck, it's
in reach. He could do it.
It's possible.
It
He
is possible.
Might even be able to break it this game.
It depends on this game right here. If he can get a few more and maybe get 10 more, he might be okay. All right, so but here's the big stand. Now look at that second quarter.
5.
Belleville East 5 points. O'Fallon 4.
Yeah.
I knew it was a long time before we changed anything on the scoreboard. That's a very, very low-scoring quarter. So that's where we stand right now, and we'll see what the third and fourth quarters bring us as that looms into the distance, and we will take a timeout. Fourth quarter action comes your way next on the Kahoks third quarter action comes your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahoks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahoks Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawksports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you. We're underway in quarter number 3. And the Lancers have the ball to start off with. Here's a three-point try from way deep down by Bryson Ivy, and that misses the mark, and O'Fallon off and running with it. Here is Burton. Burton flies through the lane, and off-balance shot he takes. Tacker comes down with the rebound, throws it all the way up, and whoa, that was almost a nifty play there by Bryson Ivy and company, but it didn't pan out. Ball ends up back into the hands of the Lancers. And that one was thrown off the back of Blakemore, and somehow or another the Lancers still managed to come away with it. And now, I don't even think that ball went out of bounds.
I guess he sort of maybe
thought it was rolling there, so
went back and dove down on it and then maybe pushed the ball over the sideline. Anyway.
I don't know if he did or not. I'm right over the sideline, and I didn't see that ball touch purple at all, or the body of the player on the ground either. Here is O'Fallon with the ball. Let me get back to my scoreboard here. You're ready to go. And at the top of the key, Blakemore. Blakemore backs up toward the midcourt stripe. Now comes in from the right wing and pops it and drops it. First points of the second half belong to O'Fallon, and they were the first team to hit 20. Here is Stacker. He'll drive it and dump it off for Pickett. Pickett stays out front. Over this way for Ivy. Into the corner for Stacker. Stacker being watched by Blakemore. Got a little bit of a pick screen from Wade, but they couldn't turn that into points. And then Riley comes down and he travels. Turnovers continue.
Yeah. Sort of another kind of helter-skelter start to this half as well.
Stacker collects the inbound pass from Brown, and then Brown gets it right back, and he works himself up court.
Speaking of the girls' basketball team, see Faith Oldgren has
so the girls are back
here in the building.
And I believe that takes their record to 7-6, if I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yep. Here's Ivy. Girls lost today at the MICDS tournament to Ladue.
I think they will play tomorrow for third place against who, I don't know. I'll have to
We'll
check.
try to find that out later. I'm sure Coach Billy will be here for the boys game. Maybe we'll talk to her. We'll see. Here is Algie just outside the lane. He'll dump it off to Blakemore. Blakemore, somehow or another, splits the defense down below and takes care of the basket himself. 22-14, O'Fallon with the lead. Over in front of the Lancers bench, it is Ivy. He'll bring it out and give it to Pickett. Pickett will hand the ball off to Brown. He'll launch a three from there in the corner, and he won't hit anything. Whistle on the play.
That foul would presumably be on Ivy.
Yes, it is. You are correct, sir. Bryson Ivy picks up his first foul of this game. First team foul in the second half. And Zion Thomas will check into the game for the Lancers. Here is Burton. Works it up across the timeline with 5 minutes to play here in this third quarter to Tebby, to Riley. Riley, a left-hand pass to Blakemore. Around the horn we go to Tebby, and then Riley drives that baseline, takes the pass. Algie can't get the rebound, but Riley does on the other side. And O'Fallon is up by 10. Here is Zion Thomas. Over in front of the Lancers bench once again to Ivy. He'll drive the baseline and swat that out of there. Riley does, and Riley is going to get called for the foul. Either that or Burton is, one of the two. It'll be Burton.
I thought they were just going to call a ball out of bounds. It was a nice block by, foul will be on Burton, but it was a nice block by Riley, and either that or maybe a charge.
2 shots coming up, so it was while he was taking the shot. So it must have been after a while. Riley was swatting the ball away. Burton may have pushed. All simultaneously.
No.
And then Riley has to go back over to visit Amanda Bauer again. What's going on with that?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't appear to be affecting his play at all.
I'm sure it's just you have to have a Band-Aid to cover up anything that's bleeding. That's the rule in the HIV world that we live in. Bryson Ivy hits from the free throw line. Has been that way for a long time, and rightfully so.
You know, you don't want to, that and any other blood-borne illnesses, you don't want to mess around with that sort of thing.
Blood-borne pathogens are a bad thing. Here is Ivy. Hits it again.
See the Lancers make a substitution.
Whatever it is, it's on his left leg or left hip or somewhere around there. Keeps on going over and getting the same spot mended. And with 4.5 minutes to go in the third, O'Reilly will have a seat on the bench. Nope, he'll head back. Yeah, he was going to have a seat. Thought he was going to head to the scorer's table and come right back in. Here's Blakemore. Blakemore drives and scores 2 more points. As the Lancers bring it down, here is Zion Thomas.
Blakemore has 6 points.
Tipped away. Here's Burton. Gives it up to Blakemore. Blakemore just outside the lane takes the shot that's partially blocked, and Algie knew it wasn't going to make it to the basket, so he tried to tip it back to one of his players and couldn't do it. Instead, Stacker comes up with it, but Algie is there. Well, he's almost there for the rebound. It kind of got him in the face after it was partially tipped by Wade. And Belleville East down by 8 now, and Riley and Porter wait to come in for O'Fallon at the next opportunity. Here's Burton. Burton, Tebby, Blakemore. Back to the top for Burton. Back to Tebby. He'll launch a 3. A little short. Riley with the rebound. One bounce off the glass. Can't get it to fall, though. And the rebound this time belongs to Ivy and Belleville East.
Mari Will's a little bit slow to get up, sort of favoring that right ankle.
3-point shot for Stacker is good. Watch out. Belleville East is going to climb right back into this. Whoa. Must have double hit that 3. Here's Burton. Up to Wills, who got hit and no call. Tebby. Back out to Wills. Tebby in the corner. Dumps it over to Algie. Tebby back again in front of his own bench. Now back over to this wing and back over to Tebby. Wills. Tebby. He'll pull down, duck out of the way, take the 3, and he's been off, man.
Yeah.
He hit that first 3-pointer of this game, and he has not hit one since.
Meanwhile, Blakemore sort of just in an effort to get to the ball to attempt to get an offensive rebound, just absolutely just shoved the Belleville East defender, so that will be his 3rd foul. And, he had a run of a couple buckets in a row. He's got to be careful now.
Drew Tebby was 1 for 4 from beyond the 3-point arc in the first. He hit that opening shot. That was it, so he's just missed 2 here, so that makes him now 1 for 6 in this game. Rebound belongs to Blakemore. Blakemore cuts it across, top of the key, free throw line, kicks it to Tebby, and then over on the far side to Burton. Back to Tebby it goes. And now Porter gives up to Riley. Riley drives baseline with 2 minutes to go, and a foul going to be called on Wade.
Only the second team foul for the Lancers. You'll see the older Stacker and number 2 and Stevenson come back in for the Lancers.
Inbound pass comes into Burton. Flies it over to Porter, who gives to Tebby, and Tebby a little over-the-shoulder pass to Riley. Riley throws it all the way back out front for Porter, and then Blakemore gets it, and a blocking foul coming up against Brown.
I think that's a correct call. I don't think Brown was quite set, but one of those that's a little more of a 50-50 call, and we're gonna have a stoppage as Algie will re-enter.
Algie will come in as Amari Wills has to come out and go visit Amanda Bauer.
Or Blakemore will come out.
Blakemore comes out too, but Wills went down the hallway.
Ah, okay.
He's going to go back into the trainer's room. And he was carrying one of his shoes with him when he was on his way.
Well, actually, yeah. I mentioned earlier that Wills went down earlier and sort of
has a right ankle problem, probably.
Yeah, sort of looked around, was sort of hobbling on that one ankle. Didn't see exactly what happened to cause the initial injury, but there's hope that injury is not too severe.
Nothing doing on the other end, and down at this end, a shot and a no, won't fall. Algie comes away with the rebound, had it for a second. And then it goes out of bounds, and Algie was the last one to touch it, so the Lancers will keep the ball. 1:08 left to play here in this third quarter, 26-21. O'Fallon has the lead. Brown collects the inbound. Something's on the ball. He wipes it off on his shirt. And then bounces a pass into Marlon Stacker, and that's partially blocked there by Riley.
Yeah, I mean Riley's sort of like I mentioned sort of the impact that James Dent had for Southeast a while ago, and sort of Riley's sort of a similar build. You know, long, sort of 6'7", long arms. You know, probably around a 7-foot wingspan. You know, and
another turnover by the Panthers. Gets the ball back for the Lancers, and the Lancers climbing back in. Only 3 points now. This was a 10-point lead a little while ago.
Yeah, going back to the topic of Riley, you know, you get to the point where you are 6'7", you have such long arms, and you can jump as high as Riley can, then you can definitely alter a lot of people's shots.
And colleges will start knocking on your door. We're down under 10 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Here comes Burton making the move toward the buzzer. Shot for Porter, and the corner doesn't fall. Riley with the rebound, and then it goes out of bounds at the buzzer. That's 2 quarters that have ended with the ball going out of bounds right at the whistle. And we will head to the fourth quarter, and we got ourselves a game. 26-23. O'Fallon with the 3-point lead, and we are back in a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. O'Fallon gets the ball to start quarter number 4, and we are underway with the Panthers leading by 3. Panthers with the ball. Tebby gets double teamed all the way across the other side. Oh, there was a volleyball pass and then a touch-and-go pass for Riley, but Riley couldn't handle the hot potato, and the Lancers come up with it. Here is Zion Thomas, and Thomas will be fouled all the way to the basket. This one's going to be on the floor, and it's going to go against Tebby. That'll be Tebby's second. Very well-disciplined third quarter. Only 5 total fouls Each team now with 3 after the third one by Tebby. His second, team third, I meant. And another whistle will stop the action, and another foul coming up against Tebby.
Number 15 in for O'Fallon. That is Jalen Watson, another person who did not play against Mundelein.
We have a few of those, don't we?
Yeah.
That was a close game. Coaches weren't going to take many of their players out.
Yeah. I think Coach Muni's now, maybe, sort of a little bit of fatigue, playing their second game in, about 12, in, less than 12 hours. So, maybe, especially now towards the end, maybe there's a little bit of fatigue for the Panthers.
Yeah, especially when you're playing your second game in the same day.
Anyhow, Panthers will have the ball and the lead.
And they'll bring the ball up in the form of Burton. Burton. Over onto the far side, make that the near side wing from the far side wing to Riley. Riley just inside that left wing. Back out for Blakemore. Blakemore dribbles and drives, hands it off at the free throw line for Porter. Porter will just launch a 3 from there. That's way off to the right. Saw that when it left his hand. Rebound belongs to Belleville East. Oh, nice steal there by Blakemore. Blakemore then loses control of the ball, picks it up, crosses the timeline, gives to Riley. Riley all the way over into the corner for Porter. And Porter will bring it out to the top of the key for Blakemore. Back over to Burton, now inside to Riley. Riley dribbles and has that ball knocked out of his hands. Nicely done, and all the way down. Oh, that one's knocked out of the hands of the Belleville East player by Blakemore, but Blakemore is going to get less ball.
Or all ball.
Well, I guess he got all ball.
Yeah, just knocked it out of bounds.
I thought they were going to call a foul. 26-24. 6:33 left to play. And the pass comes all the way out to Pickett. Belleville East got 12 points in that third quarter. As Brown dribbles it around the outside to Thomas, to Pickett. He'll launch a 3 from there, and it'll be a little strong. Rebound belongs to Brown. Brown will just drive it himself and take it in. We're tied.
Tied for maybe only the second or third time tonight. Found him a very large chunk of this game.
Belleville East outscoring O'Fallon in that third quarter, 12-8. So that was the second quarter in a row that O'Fallon was held to single digits.
And a foul will be called.
26-26.
Foul will be called on Ethan Brown. That is his third.
Each team now with 4 fouls on the scoreboard. Up at the free throw line, it is going to be Blakemore. Blakemore did not have a free throw in the first half, and 0 for 1 here in this fourth quarter. Blakemore went 3 for 5 in the loss to Mundelein from the free throw line, and he goes 0 for 2 here. That ball knocked out of bounds by the Lancers. Pickett was mad at himself. He had his hands on it for a second, but couldn't hold it. So, Panthers keep the ball down at their end. Tebby inbounds to Riley. Riley back to Blakemore on the wing. And Blakemore over to Burton. Now out to Algie. Algie backs his way in the paint, turns around, takes a shot, can't get it to go. That was partially blocked, and then Stacker shoved that one back to where it came from, but he's going to get called for the foul.
Looked to me like he got more ball than hand, but he definitely did get a little bit of hand.
Back to the free throw line for Blakemore. He just went 0 for 2. You know he'd like to redeem himself from that. And he's not going to. Man.
Once again, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium kind of posing woes to this
I guess maybe it's the Southwestern Conference teams that have trouble coming in here.
I don't know. I mean the Panther Dome's obviously a unique venue. It's just another one that's just quite a bit off.
That's 4 points that were there for the taking for Blakemore, and he couldn't grab one of them. Here is Brown, and Brown gets fouled as he was up in midair. And that one is going to go against Blakemore.
I believe that is his 4th.
It is. Blakemore picked up 2 in the first half, and that's his second one here in the second half. To the free throw line, Ethan Brown, his first trip there in this game, and he makes that one. And we finally have someone who can hit a free throw.
And
next one on the way.
Belleville East have the lead for the timeout.
Timeout called by the O'Fallon Panthers. We will take a break as well. We'll step aside for what looks like 60 seconds here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside. Well, have you tried some Prairie Farms milk snacks yet? I had one just a little while ago. It is a delicious cream-filled chocolate cake bar. They are perfect for snacking on the go. Chocolate cake anytime, anywhere with Prairie Farm milk snacks. They're available here at the concession stand, so if you're on your way, save room for dessert, or you can pick them up in the refrigerated section at your local grocery and convenience stores. For more information, visit prairiefarms.com. Back here at the Prairie Farms tournament, the 36th version of it, and that ball is thrown out of bounds. And it'll stay with the O'Fallon Panthers as the Lancers have a 1-point lead now, 27-26. And I think this is the first lead for the Lancers in this game.
Very well may be.
They had no lead changes on here on the halftime sheet. So that would be the case. Here is Zion trying to add to that, and now a foul coming up against Burton. Well, that ball was going toward the basket. Burton's foul caused it to hit the side of the backboard. And for Burton, that'll be his third. To the free throw line will be Bryson Ivy. Ivy did not have a free throw in the first half as well. Hits this one.
With that, Ivy now has, I think, 5 points. We'll look to make it 6.
Ivy ready to go. And he can't get that one to fall in. Burton is there with the rebound. He'll bring it forward. Panthers have 6 fouls now. The Lancers have 5. We'll keep an eye on that as this fourth quarter progresses. Here is Wills. Wills out to the top of the key for Algie. Bounce pass into the paint for Riley. Turnaround jump shot. Nope. Get that out of here, said Wade. Wade is going to get the lead pass, and Riley got enough of that to alter its course, and it doesn't hit. Now the referees are going to talk about it.
Initial statement was Lancer basketball. They're going to talk about it, and
it is going to stay Lancer basketball.
All right. Coach Muni's almost all the way down to the timeline, barking at somebody. Not sure if it's the officials or his players.
Inbound pass will come in, and before that, a timeout called by the Belleville East Lancers, and we will step aside as well. We are back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
We are back at Collinsville High School here on the outskirts of Collinsville. Caseyville, you can throw a rock and hit Caseyville. That's from the football field, that is.
Yeah.
All right, it's a 2-point affair. 4.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, and the Lancers have the 2-point lead, and they have the ball. Here is Ivy. He cuts through the lane and takes the shot off the glass. Good for 2.
That was a nice move. Put the ball on the floor and sort of hop-stepped between 2 or 3 O'Fallon defenders and was able to convert the bucket. Nice move.
4-point lead now for the Lancers after they trailed most of this game. Algie back out to Burton. 3-point shot. That one won't fall. And 3-point shots are hard to come by in this game.
Yeah, both teams ice cold. I think they were combined like 2 of 13 at halftime.
Oh, that's a stuff job by Tebby.
Smallest guy on the floor.
Yeah, and then a foul is going to be called against Braxton Stacker.
Yep. I believe that is his 3rd.
Each team now with 6. Blakemore comes back in for Wills. At the free throw line, it'll be, nope, they're not going to be free throws. Tebby's going to throw it in. Everybody looked up at the board. Hey, nope, not 1-and-1 time yet. That'll be the next foul by each team. Here's Algie. He turns, post shot off the glass, good for 2. Been a while since O'Fallon has scored a bucket. And a rebound by Algie will give them another chance. And then Blakemore, that's going to be a, wow. Blakemore turned around. Stacker happened to be right there, and he bowled him over. I don't really know what to call on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
Blakemore had no idea he was there.
And that's 5. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, Blakemore's done.
Yeah, that may wind up being a very costly foul. As Blakemore will foul out with 6 points, and
yeah, Blakemore's over there explaining to Coach Muniz right now. I don't know, Coach. I got the ball. I turned around, and there he was.
And, well, at any rate, Amari Wills
right back in it.
Maybe still favoring a little bit that ankle he rolled earlier in the game, but looks okay.
So, no Blakemore. Here is the Lancers Brown. He'll cut through the lane and get the fingertip roll. 32-28, 3:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. First semifinal of the winners bracket coming up next between Mundelein and Lincoln.
Should be a very fun game.
Yeah, should be. Should be different. I'm anxious to see how Mundelein's going to handle the patience and the passing prowess of Lincoln.
And the question is, how will Lincoln be able to handle the phenomenal outside shooting of Mundelein's guards and, of course, the
post play of
Scotty Abube.
Abube. 2:49 left on the clock here. Clock stops. 32-28. Lancers with the 4-point lead. O'Fallon with the ball. Comes into Riley. Riley inside the perimeter. Gets it to Burton. Back to Riley. Riley drives baseline. Kicks it to Algie, and Algie has the ball stripped out of his hands, but they're going to say you got more than ball there, sir. This one looks like it's going to go against Brown, and it will. And that'll be his 4th and the team's 7th. So we're into bonus territory on both sides now.
I think they may call that a shooting foul anyway. Looks like it.
Yep. Well, I did everything but go in as well. Rolled all the way around the rim, hit the glass, and then rolled back around the rim.
Yeah, the Algie, mentioned this earlier, Algie is one of O'Fallon's most reliable free-throw shooters in the Mundelein game. Seems to have lost his touch a little bit here tonight.
Algie was 1 for 2 in the first half and 0 for 2 on that trip. That does not help matters at all when you're down by 4. 2:35 left, and taking it all the way down was Stacker. Turnaround jump shot on the rebound by Brown, and then a foul coming up against Riley.
Well, there's another rebound.
No, they're going to call that one against Burton.
That's Burton's fourth. Not really better either way, but another offensive rebound for Eric Wade. He had quite a few in the first half. How many?
Well, he had 10 total. He had 7 offensive.
7 offensive rebounds, and there's another one.
I bet you he'd trade one of those rebounds for a free throw.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well,
he just missed the first one.
Yeah,
there's the second one.
Yeah, the record probably doesn't mean much to him. I mean, he's like, of course, in the MacArthur game when he broke the record for most in a single game, he's probably like, oh.
Didn't know that. That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's neat.
Oh, that one stays in.
He just all of a sudden, oh, never mind. Cut down to 3. I was like, wait a minute. O'Fallon scored, not East.
2:10 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here comes Brown. Brown backs up toward the scorer's bench, now moves forward, kicks it off into the corner. That's Bryson Ivy. He'll hand it off to Braxton Stacker, who tried to feed Wade underneath, and then a late whistle is going to be called, and this one might go against
Stacker.
Well, it's going to go against Stacker. That'll be his 4th.
Got a number of people with 4 fouls, and Blakemore fouled out.
Tebby heads to the free throw line, and Tebby has had an awful day from the three-point stripe. He hit the first one of the night and then hasn't hit one since, and at the free throw line, he's making his first trip.
And, you know, for Mr. Tebby, it's just, you know, it's not that he's incapable of making those shots, you know.
Oh, we know that.
I mean, there was a game earlier in the year. I think I mentioned this already, but there was a game earlier in the year against Granite City where he hit like 5 or 6.
Tebby hits both free throws, and it is a 1-point affair, folks. Under 2 minutes to go. We have not had an overtime game yet. Are we destined for one in this affair? 1:45 to play. Here is Brown. Pulls up, gives it up, and then Thomas hands it up to Stacker. Back to Brown it goes. Out to the line.
Looks like Belleville East are going to try and probably put it.
They want to take as much time off the clock as they can.
They're going to go ahead and put it in the freezer. We'll see how long they're able to do so.
Yeah, they'll wait until O'Fallon presses the issue, and then they'll figure it out from there. Here's Stacker into the paint. He's fouled. That's going to go against Wills or Algie.
They're going to call it against Wills. That is... Oh, that's only his first. All right.
Yeah, he's got fouls to give. Well, that's the 9th team foul for the Panthers, so up to the free throw line will be Braxton Stacker, but he's shooting 2 because that was a shooting foul. So Lancers have the 1-point lead. Stacker will try to stack on to it. He does.
Yeah, there it is.
I have some every once in a while.
Well, Stacker made the first one. He has, is that 13 or 8? I think it's 13.
Stacker with another shot, and this one will not fall in. Rebound belongs to Wills. Wills throws it over to Burton, and a timeout called by the O'Fallon Panthers, and that is going to be a 60-second timeout. So we will step aside for that long as well. We're back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahoks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahoks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, I am Todd Duke. Zach Roseman is here as well. We're glad that you're with us here on a Saturday evening. 6:14 in the nighttime. And we're probably going to be closer to your 6:20 than my 6:30. 1:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the Lancers, 34-32 over O'Fallon. The winner with a chance to play for the 5th place trophy on Monday. Here comes Burton. His team trails by 2. To Algie, top of the key, inside the paint for Riley, who pops it, can't drop it, and Wade might have got away with a call over the back there before that shot was even taken. But here is Brown with the ball for the Lancers as they look to pad that 2-point lead. Here is Braxton Stacker. Stacker dribbles and drives and gives it up to Thomas. That's tipped, going in for the steal. The Panthers, they get it, bring it up to Burton. Burton thought about the 3, backs it up to Wills. Wills, give it up to Burton. Into the corner for Riley. 35 seconds left. Loose ball on the ground. Picked up by Thomas. He'll head man it up. And off the glass for 2 for Bryson Ivy. That makes it a 4-point game with 27.6 seconds to play. And a full timeout taken on the floor. So we'll step aside for at least half of that. And we're back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Well, it is the holiday season and the party season, and Prairie Farms has a new squeezable sour cream pouch that is perfect for topping off tacos, potatoes, chilies, and more. And you can now throw away those spoons and squeeze your way to holiday happiness with Prairie Farms' new squeezable sour cream. Now available at your favorite grocery store. And for more information, of course, you can go to prairiefarms.com. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, a 4-point lead now for the Lancers. O'Fallon with the ball, 25 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. And Burton with the ball. He dribbles, he drives, he takes the shot, and they're going to say no. It's going to be on the floor, the foul is. I'm going to call this one against, looks like Bryson Ivy.
All things considered, not a terrible foul because, you know, you have to rely on O'Fallon to make their free throws, and even now with the Lancers up 4.
1-and-1 front end's good.
You know, it's still a 2-point game, so O'Fallon still have to force a turnover or foul to have a chance to win the game.
Burton back at the free throw line. Misses the second one. 3-point lead belongs to the Lancers. Riley has the ball, and a timeout called by O'Fallon before anyone commits a foul down there, and that's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here for this one as we have 17.3 seconds left to play before we get to the first semifinal on the winner's bracket. Mundelein taking on Lincoln. Mundelein over there, yeah, the Kahoks home locker room is, as Matt Badgley is over there talking things over with Darren Lee.
Let's see, assume Coach Alexander and company will probably be pretty much right underneath our location.
At the other end, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the officials' locker rooms and bathrooms are under us. The other locker room is on the other side, underneath both balconies. And with 17.3 seconds left, O'Fallon inbounds to Riley. He'll turn it up there right away. Can't get it to go in. Rebound belongs to the Lancers. They bring it up. Here is Brown with 10 seconds left, and he's fouled by Algie.
And, well, with that, foul will be on Algie. But provided that Ethan Brown can make his free throws here, that should be just about all she wrote.
Yeah, if he's going to get 2 chances here, so if he makes just one of them, it's a 4-point game, which is 2 possessions, and there's not enough time to possess it twice in 9 seconds, I don't think. And he will take care of the first one.
And, well, barring anything crazy happening, this will be a very good win for the Lancers.
Yeah, sure will be. Well, Fallon came into this tournament only losing 1 game on the year, and they're about ready to lose their 3rd. And another foul coming up against O'Fallon. That's the last thing they wanted to do, really. What they wanted to do was get the ball back. That took off 2 seconds. Now, there really isn't a lot of time to do anything with it. Brandon Stacker at the free throw line. Ready to ice this one if he can, and that one falls out. Still a 4-point lead. Stacker ready for his next. It's on the way, and that one's no good as well. So Riley rebounds and gives to Burton, and Burton cuts across the line, puts a shot up from the top of the key, no good. The rebound is no good as well, and 37-33 ends up our final score in favor of the Belleville East Lancers over the O'Fallon Panthers. So the Lancers will have a chance to play for the 5th place trophy come Monday. And that's going to do it for our coverage here of this game. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for Mundelein versus Lincoln, and that'll be coming your way here in a little bit on the Kahoks Sports Network.